Tom Brady. He returned to Bucs minicamp this week ahead of his 23rd season this fall, and he was asked about, well, some talk of him joining the Miami Dolphins this season, and Brady did not deny any of those rumors that were floating about. Take a listen.
I had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, as I've had for the last 3 or 4 years in my career, about, different opportunities when I'm done playing with football. So, I kind of made a decision of what I'd like to do, and I'll get to be in the game of football. And I think for me, the most important thing is where I'm at now. None of us are promised much beyond what we have now, and this is the current moment. And I'm really excited about going out there to try to compete and win a championship.
All right, so Jeremy Fowler is with us. Ninko is with us. Bart is back, given the look there. Quickly, what's your reaction to what you just heard from TV?
Well, I think this is going to be his last year. I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. He already retired once. I don't think Gisele's going to allow him to do it twice. Giving him one last run. And you look at where he's at. And remember what Tom Brady said originally, a long time ago in his Patriot days. He wanted to play the 45. We laughed and scoffed at it, right? Well, he's 44 years old. Next August he'll be 45. I think mission complete. He's a guy that when he says something, he kind of lives up to it. I expect him next year to be in the booth, continue to try and sell his underwear line and send Nico a whole package.
There you go. And he's going to make a whole lot of money waiting for him when he decides to go into broadcasting. But Jeremy, what are you hearing about this Dolphins chatter? Was this real or not?
Well, I'm hearing that there's certainly that this is going to remain on the table as a possibility. I'm with Bart that he's likely to move on to the Fox booth. He's got that contract. That's part of what all this offseason was about, to set that up so he can segue sooner than later. But it was sort of the worst kept secret league-wide that there was some mutual interest there between the Dolphins and Tom Brady. And the Dolphins have done exactly what the Bucs did 2 years ago. They built a winner. They loaded up on talent on both sides of the ball and said, hey, we're going to build it. Now we're going to quarterback in 2023. Tom Brady structured his situation in Tampa where he is a free agent next year. He didn't extend his contract. He simply restructured it. So this is going to loom large here unless he definitively says, I'm going to the TV booth.
All right, Ninko, you know him as well as anybody. Do you see a scenario where Tom Brady could actually be a Miami Dolphin next season?
I have $375 million in my mind telling me that maybe he'll move on into the booth. That's like the amount that is sitting there for him to not get beat up, to not have to, take the all the stuff that he does to get himself ready to go. The hours with Alex and the TB12 getting lengthened and all that stuff. Like, he could just move on, win a Super Bowl if that's what he thinks he's going to do, and then go in the booth and go do that for as long as you want, and you're not beat up. So I personally think, he had some unfinished business. He had the opportunity there. So then he goes, he signs back. He's got 1 year, and then he goes into the booth.
All right, but you guys have done that. You know as well as anybody that sitting here and wearing a microphone doesn't compare to the feeling that you get playing football, and you know how much Tom Brady absolutely loves and lives for football. So is there a scenario where he also loves challenges and decides to take on a new one?
Yeah, we couldn't play anymore. That's the reason why we decided to put the microphone on. He's still playing at a high level, and the game has become easier for quarterbacks with not having to take the physical pounding within in the pocket. But I think at some point, he really wants to leave a winner. He wants that storybook in it. He had it 2 years ago, but he got greedy. He wanted to give Tampa more. And I think it really left a sour taste in his mouth, him losing in that fashion. Cooper Kupp, that last-minute big play. I think he wants to try and ride off into the sunset and then transition into – listen, he's already the greatest of all time. But I think he's going to transition to the booth after that. And I think he's terrified, though, of that child pickup line.
Yeah, that could be a long pickup line. Ninko, final word on your pal.
Well, look, he's proven everybody wrong. He's played beyond everyone's expectations. He's won multiple Super Bowls. He's got everything he could ever want. So, last year, I thought it was going to be his last year. I thought he was going to retire. He did for 40 days, and then he comes back. So I'm assuming that this is his last hurrah, right off into the sunset, try and get a Super Bowl, last one, and then go be a commentator. So I think it's his last year, and I'm rooting for him.
Oh, man. And then if he doesn't win, who knows? That's a discussion for another day.